Javad Marshall Fields was a young man. He had just graduated from college. And he had just seen his close friend, Gregory Van, shot and killed. True to form, Javad agreed to be a key witness and testify against his friend's murderers. Less than a week before the trial on June 20th, 2005, Javad and his fiancée, Vivian Wolf, were both shot and killed at an Aurora intersection. Friends and family wondered, how could this happen to a key witness?
I think it's a lifelong journey, because to be in touch with the reality of the deepness of losing a son and having to bury a child is just overwhelming. I can't really explain to you, I don't even have words to say, how do you get over it or when you come to grips with it, because it's something I have to acknowledge and deal with daily, and it's not easy. Shortly after my son's death, I quickly called the DA's office to get a sense of what's going on. So we started to contact folks so that we could determine if anyone knew anything. We were making pleas to the community. If you've seen something, please contact either Crime Stoppers or contact the Aurora Police Department, because we wanted the case solved. So we were propelled to action very early on, and we just haven't stopped.
And I don't believe another person should have to lose their lives just for witnessing a crime and then cooperating with the police.
It's extremely fatiguing. And when I say that, it's because I feel like I'm in constant fight mode to ensure that our community and our state is safe. Javad was doing his civic responsibility the same way a judge serves on the bench, the same way a police officer serves. Javad was serving also to keep our community safe. And so I started to look into what are the rights of witnesses. There was no advisement. So by that I mean Javad was not advised that he was in any risk at all.
Turns out there simply weren't enough funds for the Colorado State Witness Protection Board.
The way the program is set up right now is it's almost like a reimbursement kind of a program. So if a DA office has some issues with their budget and they don't want to maybe put their out-of-pocket expenses to protect a witness, then they may not want to communicate that there is a witness protection program.
Javad could have been protected as a witness. He only had to ask. Over the next year, Rhonda Fields and her supporters rallied to improve the Colorado Witness Protection Act.
Right now there is, with the new legislation, the bill has been changed. It's called the Javad Marshall Fields and Vivian Wolf Witness Protection Bill. And with that new legislation, now there's going to be annual mandatory training for law enforcement and victims advocates. A part of this training then, there's an increased awareness about how you can access the funds for witness protection. I understand there's 14,000 law enforcement people and then 400 DAs that need to be trained. We've probably trained about 2,400 law enforcement people. So we're making some inroads to training, and it's been slow. That's why I'm really proud of the work that the Douglas County Sheriff's Department is doing, because they're taking their own initiative to be proactive instead of waiting for the board to do something.
When legislation was passed, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office saw a need for an expanded area of training, and we were kind of inspired by the Rhonda Fields story and how that impacted her family. This type of crime occurs in all communities. Douglas County is no longer just a bedroom community. These are everyday people that are witnessing everyday crimes that could potentially find themselves being victimized or retaliated against in this way.
Legislation for the Javad Marshall Fields and Vivian Wolf Witness Protection Act was passed in 2006. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office is one of the first agencies to carry out the new guidelines. Each year, law enforcement agencies are required to provide training for district attorneys, victim advocates, and law enforcement personnel related to witness protection.
I'm working with the Witness Protection Board to kind of create a better framework for how we support people who are witnesses. If we don't do that, our justice system is just going to erode. You need witnesses to solve crimes. And if people aren't willing to come forward, then what you have is you're going to have criminals running our streets and running our courtrooms. And we just can't have that.
It's absolutely critical that witnesses do come forward. They're a necessary and integral part of the criminal justice system, and without them, we don't have a system.
We've seen evidence what happens when you don't tell. You had the signs of the Virginia Tech shooting, the same with Columbine. So we do have to encourage people more, and we have to support them more to tell what they know, because that supports our social contract. What can we do to have better programs in place to avoid people from choosing a path of crime and juvenile delinquency?
Through the efforts of Rhonda Fields, Vivian's mother, and the Aurora Police, Robert Ray was sentenced to 108 years for accessory to murder in the death of Javad's friend, Gregory Vann. And in 2005, Robert Ray and a friend were accused of killing Javad Marshall Fields and his fiancée, Vivian Wolf.
This horrific act and level of violence cannot be tolerated or ignored.
Our intent is, or our hope is, that we will be able to partner with our neighbors and agencies throughout the metro area and provide examples and bring home the real life impact of what has happened in the Rhonda Fields story.
Since 1951, at least 16 witnesses have been killed in Colorado. For more information, or if you would like to help this important cause, please contact the Douglas County Victim Assistance Team.